Goldman Sachs.
Let's stay focused.
Goldman Sachs lifts the odds of U.S. recession to probably 35% due to radical escalation in global trade wars. We talked about this briefly earlier, but yeah. Are we gonna have a recession or not?
Once again, I don't know if 2 quarters will meet the traditional definition because it didn't last time. But I will say buckle up. No luxury spending. It's going to get tough. Like the summer, and my mom was just in town. We were talking this July, and you get your tickets to InvestFest early because you are going to need a blueprint. I promise you. If last summer was rough, and this was when tech was on fire, like 2003, Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent on fire, Lloyd Banks on fire, and Nvidia had a strong pullback in July and August. If that happened last year when the economy was more stable, I can only imagine what the summer is going to be. So continue to invest in the market. For those of you who have been, you have a nice nest egg and safety zone for you, but cut back on the spending, cut back on the luxury, and get ready for a rocky ride.
Yeah, that GDP number is alarming. We'll see what the job numbers come in. We'll see what CPI is. All those things, like those factors, they all are going to be starting to report in the next 2 to 3 weeks, which is going to be those catalyst events for those weeks. Wednesday, I don't know, man. We'll see. Wednesday is one of those days.
Who is he liberating?
I don't know, but I could see the market just having an historic day. Like, what has happened?
Trade as snipers. I know normally I'll say Monday and Friday only. If he say something crazy Wednesday, short the market.
Yeah.
I don't. You know how hard it is to make the S&P negative 5 out of 6 weeks?
Yeah. I think the NASDAQ had its worst month since December 22. It's a bumpy road, man. But again, the other end of the spectrum is that if you had your plan, and Ian, I know you've given a lot of price targets for a lot of these companies.
Yeah,
they're at those price targets. So
for sure, and that's the scary part to see how many of them will hit on a same day or 2 day period. Yeah. We'll have 8 companies hit in 2 days.
And this was within 3 months. It was a relatively short amount of time that got to those targets. But microcosm perspective is like, look at all the events that had to take place for it to get here. But you're here. And so positive news, some certainty around policy, it could change to the upside as well. So it's a threshold at this point. What's the threshold?
VOO is year to date is down $28. Over the last year, it's up $28. So we're at a very interesting. I mean, if we break under, I don't know, man. If we get under 490 something, that's going to be tricky because there's no positive news in our economy that is favorable that will make us go up.
Yeah, but
for everyone who wanted a reason to get into the market, or I kept missing all-time highs, you're now getting into a place where you may have a chance to invest.
Yeah. What would be the thing? What would be the catalyst on the upside that would trigger, I guess, retail investors, institutional investors say, all right, we're moving on. Like, are we watching volume? What would be the thing, the indicator?
Him not saying that JD Vance will be president and he'll be vice president. Rashad, is that legal? I'm not a.
I mean,
apparently,
third term is a conversation.
Everything for sale. Okay. As far as, let's talk Bitcoin. Let's talk a little bit of Bitcoin. Do you see more prominent companies adding Bitcoin to its investment policy to protect against economic downturns?
Shout out to Financial Conspirator. He's been asking me this for like 12 weeks. Yes. If we get into an all-out collapse, this is like the holy grail asset that has a big enough fan base and adoption has been big enough worldwide. It's provided some safety for sure. Highest returning asset of all time. I do see a lot of companies being an extreme laggard and adding this to their investment portfolio to offset the losses that are going to come. I will say though, if we start to get 20 major companies to do this out of the Fortune 500, it is a sign of weakness in the economy and it won't be good. I want to be very clear. That's not going to work out for GameStop how I did for MicroStrategy. So, so if you get to see in Family Dollar or Dollar Tree add Bitcoin as an investment strategy, make some more lots in Ghana.
It's not gonna be the way.
Nasir Boulevard, y'all go get every property that's available for sale.
Treat it like monopoly
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, the amount of money that it would take to even see the stock move. I mean, you got to take that into account, right? What would it take for them to effectively move them into a positive territory? How much debt would they have to accumulate to buy as much Bitcoin to watch the appreciation grow?
Yep. But could I see a major Fortune 20 or Fortune 50 do it? For sure. Maybe even the Salesforce, because they have high enough profit margins where they could do it. They had a fanatic fan base for a long time. It's died down some. That would be an interesting way to do it. But yeah, be careful of everyone following the MicroStrategy, just because even I think Michael got in a little bit too late, but it's worked out for him. Getting in at this price is not going to be favorable.
And Microsoft didn't do it, which is a sign of, number one, when we're talking about the cash flow amounts, like outside of maybe Nvidia, they're close, but Apple for sure has that treasure chest of operating cash flow that is available. The fact that they had the cash flow and still decided not to do it is a telltale sign, maybe from a standpoint of, hey, we don't really need to do this. Yeah. But the amount of money that it will actually cost to do it. So imagine a company like a GameStop using it as a strategy.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone is going to pile into gold. Got to give Ray Dalio credit for his all-weather. But I wonder if somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.